Well, we're in Bramble Cove in Port Davey, and the weather here is just magnificent. We've had the best few days down this end of the country, and I'm aboard Irene with Dick and Pat. We met them here in Bramble Cove, and we're aboard their fine vessel, and we just thought it'd be a good one to do a show us your boat, mate, with. So, thanks for having us aboard first off, Dick, Pat. Design of the boat, who designed her?
She is based on a Colin Archer. They were designed as pilot rescue vessels in the latter part of the 1800s. She was adapted by an American called Benford and made lots of mistakes.
Yeah, okay.
I've got over most of them.
Okay, and you built the boat yourself?
Yes, she's a concrete boat.
Yeah.
A few trials and tribulations along the way, but
yeah,
we got there.
Yeah, very good. And what sort of time frame was there on the build?
I reckon 8 or 9 years, but I had to move her 3 times, put her on the road, build a trailer, put her on the road, move her, rebuild a house, lost it, move her to a field, move her again, then the council started on me and move her again, and so she was a trailer sailor for a fair while. Big
trailer sailor. And I believe there was a fire involved along the way somewhere too.
Yes, there was a fire. I'd bought 2 70-foot long Sitka spruce trees and got them back to Essex totally illegally on a truck, and they were stacked up near the boat, and someone set fire to my workshop, so I lost the wooden trees. All my planings I'd bagged up and laid them against the trees, and of course they caught fire and it spoilt those. So yeah, it was a fair bit of disaster.
Yeah, shocking.
I bought a lot of second-hand woodworking machinery and rebuilt that to do the job, and of course that went as well. I lost that as well.
So how did you get around losing your spars, obviously? Yeah.
That became another adventure. I designed them in steel and found that it was an outfit called Spencer Rigging, Harry Spencer in Cowes on the Isle of Wight, and I went to him to have them built, and they were rubbish. Basically they broke up. They hadn't done a proper job of welding, and it went to court and all sorts of delays. In the meantime, the council had started on me for enforcement proceedings to kick me off a field I was on. It all happened at once. But eventually they had to pay all the legal expenses, which then, 1980s, 1984, 5-ish, cost £41,000 just to leave. New set of masts would cost 2.5. Yeah. But they did it, and they drove the company broke. I didn't get my compensation, but all the legal bills were paid, and I had to rebuild them myself. So, hence the steel masts.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well you better give us some dimensions on it.
Yeah, she's 45 feet on deck, 15 beam, 7-foot draft, and she goes 30 tonnes. The bowsprit's another 16-foot outboard forward, but that comes in as soon as somebody wants money for it, it comes in.
It makes it a bit shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what about the rig on it? She's a just catch rig?
Gaff
rig catch.
Gaff catch.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how long are you guys? Actually, we've got to ask Pat some. How long have you been? How long have you been aboard?
Since 1998. So
1998.
Yeah, 14 years.
14 years. Okay. And travelled extensively?
Yeah.
Some of the
I said to Dick, I'll come for 6 months and see if I like it.
Okay. So obviously
14 years later.
Yeah, we've done nearly 100,000 miles now.
So okay. That's a lot of travelling, eh? Yeah, she's just sitting on it. You can feel the way she just rolls slowly in the water. She'd be a lovely boat to be on anywhere, I'd imagine.
Oh, she's comfortable.
Yeah. So, where some of the places you have travelled?
Well, I suppose it was sort of really almost a regular run, but we had some diversions. We did sort of France, Spain, Portugal, Madeira, Canaries, and across to the east, across to the Caribbean. And then lost the use of the engine, it flooded basically. So we went up into the eastern states without it, went up the rest of the way up the Caribbean in the eastern states, eventually got a cure for it in Chesapeake Bay. went from Chesapeake Bay to Bermuda, and Bermuda back down the Caribbean, and then through Panama, Galapagos, Marquesas. When we got to Marquesas, we could have hurried across the Pacific to, say, Tonga and New Zealand, but I said, no, I'm not hurrying. Hurrying's off.
Yeah.
So we went north up to Hawaii, and then came back from Hawaii and had a second session in French Polynesia.
Yep.
Then went to New Zealand, and again we could have hurried through Tonga, Fiji, blah blah blah. We didn't. We went to Tonga at leisure, did Tonga at leisure, and then went to New Zealand. Around New Zealand, then from New Zealand back up to Fiji, Vanuatu, Newcastle, and down here 5-6 years ago.
All right, so you're nearly a Tasmanian now.
Yeah. Well, we didn't stay here. We're only allowed 3 years with the Australian regulations.
Yeah.
Licence ran out, so we went back to New Zealand and went round New Zealand and came back here again.
All right,
So,
okay. Something I've noticed on the boat, you don't have any refrigeration.
Nope.
So, how do you find it without refrigeration, Pat?
Well, we've got used to it, and things like an ice cream now, that used to be just every day run of the mill, is now a treat.
Yeah.
But we have powdered milk, and you know, we've got plenty of pasta and rice, and root vegetables keep fairly well.
Yeah.
So, we manage. I think we're fit and healthy doing it.
One thing we have noticed though, if we've met with people who grow their own vegetables, they keep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or if you can get them from a marketplace, if they haven't been chilled or frozen.
Most food seems to be over chilled or something, and it goes off pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for having us on your boat, Dick.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. I hope you have another 14 years at least on.
So do I.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Dick. Thanks, Pat.
Well, thanks for your interest. Thank you.